people, this is my mom's show where she talks about us. We give her the things that we give y'all the show. Get Cody, here you come.
Hey guys, happy Monday. My name is Shan. Welcome to Cozy Womb Podcast, where I talk about parenting, surviving these kids, and just making sure they're better humans than we were. Period. Welcome. All right, it's Monday. Today is April 25th, and we're going to make the best of it. You see the title, Having Kids is a Personal Choice. As a mother of two, I purposely believe this. Before I had kids, I believe this. Still, now that I have a 5-year-old and 8-year-old, I believe this. I don't like the way society pressures people to have children or want to have children, or make people feel like they're a bad person if they don't want children, as if children make it better. Children make your unfulfillment in your life personally as a human being full. That is not the case for everybody. Sometimes having kids will make it worse. Sometimes people feel so much pressure by society or family or culture to have kids, and they never connect with those kids. It's kind of like they give birth to a complete stranger. They never connect with that stranger. Eventually that stranger becomes legal enough to disattach and not have anything to do with that parent. Because children can feel when parents are parenting out of obligation, not out of love. Children can feel when parents don't want to parent. Children can feel when their parent doesn't want to be bothered by them. Okay? And they gravitate and they latch on to other things or people in life that could be worse for them or better for them, but it's always a gamble. So let's talk about the fact that having kids is a personal choice. Wake up, get your coffee, make your breakfast, get those kids out the car, and I'm going to be right back with the episode after these messages. Don't forget to check out Cozy Womb Podcast merch on the Cozy Womb shop with Teespring. Thank you guys for checking out the show. This is Cozy Womb Podcast. If you would like to support the podcast, you can also shop at Cozy Womb Shop with Teespring or Mama's Cozy Closet that gives great, comfortable merch for mamas all around the world. I appreciate you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for following. And if you would like to donate straight to Red Circle, you can down below in the show notes. Thank you. Let's continue the show. Yay! So, hey guys, before we get deep into the show, I just want you to know that I am the creator of Cozy Womb Podcast and other podcasts. But for my Cozy Womb listeners, let me tell you some things. On Lulu.com, you can find 2 journals, workbooks, must-have books for podcasters. One is marketing your podcast. So everything regarding YouTube, TikTok, IG.
What's the easiest choice you can make? Window instead of middle seat? Picking a vendor who sends a great gift basket? Outsourcing business tasks you hate? What about selling with Shopify? Whether you're selling a little or a lot, Shopify helps you do your thing, however you cha-ching. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. From the launch your online shop stage to the first real-life store stage, all the way to the did we just hit 1 million orders stage. Shopify's there to help you grow. Whether you're selling scented soap or offering outdoor outfits, Shopify helps you sell. Wherever and whatever you're selling, Shopify's got you covered. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/try. Go to shopify.com/try now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/try.
Twitter, how to push out your podcast to get people to see it, hear it, share it, and engage with it, right? It's a whole workbook for that. Even if you have merch and you need to sketch ideas, you can sketch it and write it exactly in this book. And that workbook is available on Lulu.com for $16, right? Then reverse. I made the first podcast journal for podcasters, basically to get you started. It's like a guided workbook to get you started, get those ideas flowing, get you organized. And by the end of you doing that journal and setting up your episodes and doing your episodes and getting feedback and engaging and writing down information that you need to be the best podcasters you could be, you should find your own flow by the end of that workbook. And that is also found on lulu.com. So if you want to get into podcasting, check lulu.com for my podcast books. And don't forget to go ahead and check out shambypodden.com. Now let's get into the show.
Here we go.
Back to the show.
Back to the show.
All right, you guys just picture this. Picture 5 boys, right? Different age ranges as being your brothers and being the youngest and the only girl in a household that's also the kid house on the block. All my childhood life, I had to fight, okay? And so fast forward, I become a teenager and I move out my mom's house to go live with my aunt in Atlanta. She had children, but they were very grown, and she always had like an aura that was very off-putting when it came to like kids. But I had the personality to focus on college, my internship, and work, where I knew I didn't have to be in her way. And so I couldn't get with being in the house with all of those different boys and kids and stuff. I wanted to be somewhere quiet, right? So I moved to Atlanta. I finished high school in Atlanta, and I went to college in Atlanta. Because my mom always babysat kids and had the kids in the house, and I had all those siblings, and I liked being by myself, I never saw a clear vision of me becoming a mother. I was never planning, this is what I'm going to be a mom. Like, it was just something, like, if it happened, it happened, right? I've said this in numerous episodes before. I had Anya for my mom. It's not that I didn't want to have kids. It's just like, I didn't want to be left with the guilt of not allowing my mom to experience a part of me in a child, right? So the bigger purpose of me having my first child was for my mom to experience that. Now my second child just came out of karma of doing something continuous that I've been doing, since I was 18, with someone that I've been doing what I was doing since I was 18 off and on with, and it caught up to us. And I'm always going to stick to this. I'm a believer that if I'm making a choice to participate in an act and I'm not being forced to, and a child comes or is created, I'm not getting an abortion. Everybody knows that about me that's dealt with me in a relationship. That's not something I believe in. Now, if it was something by force where, I was held against my will, I was raped or something like that, of course I would be for it. So everyone that's like, no, we gotta be pro-life no matter what. For me, I'm not a woman that's not going to take responsibility for the actions I did with who I did actions with if it brings about a child. So I had a second kid. So I have 2 daughters. And I enjoy being a mom sometimes, but it's definitely not like 24/7. I love mom. I love being a mom. I love doing mom stuff. No, it's not. It's a wave of emotions, a wave of doing, a wave of wanting, a wave of wanting to be left alone, a wave of wanting them to cuddle with you in bed, wanting to have an excuse to do kid things like trick or treat or go to the jumping place when you really want to go to the jumping place, but you got to make it seem like your kids want to go. Like, it's that. And it's also like, if I didn't have kids, I truly believe I would be single, probably not living in the United States, designing under somebody, and my clothing and my material objects would be my children. Probably a big dog too, right? So life is gonna life, and life is gonna happen. And I know a lot of people who feel like they did life, quote unquote, the right way, and then they're ready for kids and they can't have them. I know a lot of people who are in a marriage. They have the house, they have the income, they have the finances, they have the means to take care of a child, and they keep trying to have kids, and it's just not happening for them. And I know people that really don't like being a mom or really don't like being a dad, and they keep having kids back to back to back to back to back. So for me, after my second kid was a girl, I was like, no, you're not going to get me 3 times. You're going to get me 2 times and I'm done. So I made a vow to myself, for myself, if I was not, yes.
Can I have an ice cream bar?
It is 8:30. After you take a shower, you can have an ice cream bar. What was I talking about? So yeah, I made a vow to myself that if I was not in a serious relationship before 35 or married, I will go tie my tubes or remove them. And I got my tubes removed in October. I'll be 35 in June, and I don't regret it, because I just don't want to be... I never wanted to be that mom that overextended her love. Where I really feel like, as a mom looking at other moms, a lot of moms knew that they should have stopped having kids at a certain kid number. And they kept having kids in hopes of that was going to fulfill them, or that might have kept that person that they had that kid with, or it would have been a girl this time, or it would have been a boy this time. I'm just like, I'm not getting caught up in that trap. Now, I do have cousins that were very upset with me because I removed my tubes. I do have men in my life as friends that was just like, oh my God, you really about to do this? Yes, I am. Because I really feel like owning your decisions and your wants as a woman in life, it clears your mind, it clears your conscience, and it takes the worry that women have off. Like, men can have relationships, the relationship not work, engage in sex and be like, okay, yeah, I had sex with her. And one day that relationship is no more and they don't have to remember the sex and it's done. Women have to worry about being in the relationship, having the feelings, doing the things in a relationship that we probably don't want to do, having sex with a person, having the fear of, depending on what happened last night, I could possibly be pregnant, and I have to wait to take this test, and I'm going to take this test and see if it's real. And if it's real, I have to make a decision to do something to my body in order for this to happen or this not to happen. And men don't have to deal with that pressure. And I just felt like I didn't want that pressure of gambling if whatever man I was dealing with in a relationship was worth me carrying his child. I didn't want that heaviness of, am I making a mistake? Am I going through with this for the right reasons? Am I not going through with this for the right reasons? You know what? I didn't want to carry that no more. So now for me, I feel really good because I don't have to deal with society pressures of make sure you find a relationship with a man that can do this and do that for you, and he could be a good father, and then make sure that you have kids before this time so you have a higher chance of having a healthy pregnancy, and as a Black woman, you and the baby making it out of labor in a healthy way, right? And make sure that man has the means and is decent and has the character that he's going to follow through with the things that he says through action. It's all a gamble, and it's really on a lot of women to make sure that they pick right. Because now I'm going to be single until I really like the man that's courting me. I'm going to be single till I'm married. And if I'm in a relationship with you, I have to honestly really like you. And if I don't really like you, then we're not going to be in a relationship. And a lot of men, I feel like today, really bank on the fact that women are under pressure to find a man, be married, have a baby, and have the lifestyle that society says they're supposed to have. And for me, I'm not looking for a man. I'm not looking for somebody to hurry up and marry me. I'm not looking for a man to hurry up and help me have babies because I already have them. So that's not the goal. I would be only interested in a man that I'm really honestly interested in. I will only be interested in a man that is a father already, preferably to kids who are older than mine. Someone who is very single, meaning your child's mother is not living in the house with you as a situation. Like your child's mother or mothers have a separate home. You have a separate home. Your kids have a room in your home. You pay your own bills, and all of your needs and wants are in your name legally. And you have like no criminal background that's interfering with your future progress. And you have a, career that helps you pay your bills, and you also have a purpose, and you know what that purpose is. And you might have a business on the side also, or a profitable hobby that allows you to have options. If my next relationship is not that, if my next friendship with a man is not that, then I'm perfectly okay taking the gamble of being by myself. And a lot of women aren't, because some women just have a personality where they need somebody, right? And I'm not knocking women that feel like they need somebody, but I'm just someone where I'm comfortable not having a body if it's the wrong body. You feel me? So moving on to the fact that I believe kids are a personal choice. No one should be able to pressure you to have kids. If you do not want kids, it is okay for you not to want kids. There are lots of friends who are godsends to other people who have kids. I love when my friends who don't have kids want to come get the girls. I appreciate that time where I can just think about myself and myself only. I love when, my friends, want to do stuff with the girls, or want me to bring the girls for stuff. Like, that's fun. There's nothing wrong with that. And ain't nothing more satisfying by like having someone's cute baby, or wanting to be around baby smells, or kids that are funny and honest and blunt, and be able to take them home. Like, as a mom of two, I understand why your parents don't upgrade the furniture until the kids move out. Because my children are 5 and 8, and I've already purchased 2 sofas. Okay? I've already purchased 2 chairs for the living room. now 3 chairs, right? And it is very hard for me to keep these suede yellow beautiful chairs that I have in my house clean and safe and protected. That is what it's like to have kids. My bike has been sitting in the living room on the fireplace for over a year. And just last week, with the kids running and jumping in the living room, the bike magically falls and knocks over my plant near my computer. I'm still sweeping up dirt. Okay? And when things happen like that, I call myself a very honest mom, because I tell them, and this is why people don't have children. Anya this morning, let me tell you, Anya this morning, the 8-year-old, the older one, the one that should have sense enough to know that you don't put liquids in the trash can. You let the liquids go down the drain, and then you put the solids in the trash can, because I don't have a garbage disposal. Okay? I have a regular old school drain that does not need food down the drain, not solids. And she not only puts liquid milk with cereal into the trash can, but she doesn't even try to make the liquid milk and the cereal hit the trash bag. She lets it go in the can. So this morning when I woke up at 9 a.m., 30 minutes before I needed to clock in, ain't nobody asked you that. And I went to go put out the garbage at the side of the driveway. It was dripping with milk and cereal at the bottom. Not a little bit, but enough, like a whole bowl. Like, sis, did you even eat the cereal? Did you even eat the cereal? Yay or nay? And I said, Anya, why would you pour milk and cereal all in the bottom of the trash can and not make it in the trash bag? And I said, this is another reason why people don't have kids. Because they need to know. They need to know how irritated they make other people when simple things need to be done. I should have been able to pick up the trash bag that I closed, take it to the driveway, and come back in and put a fresh bag in it, and I didn't have to wash out that trash can at 9:15 in the morning. Okay? Everybody doesn't need kids. Kids are not for everybody. All women don't want to be mothers. All women don't want to be married. You can still be married, happy, without kids. Just make sure the person that you're marrying honestly does not want children. What? How are you done taking a shower? Did you get a washcloth? What?
I said I did not wash myself with a washcloth.
What you wash with?
My hands.
Anya, take those clothes off, get you a washcloth, and go take a shower. That's nasty. You don't wash with your hands. You wash with a washcloth. Close the door. Reason number 5,684 of why people don't have kids. Because how you gonna take a whole shower and use your hands? Talk about the perfect timing. You see what I'm talking about? Shower correctly. And she mad at me because I'm making her shower correctly. She's 8 years old and she already got hair under her underarms. I didn't get hair under my underarms till I was about 13. What is in the chicken? Kids won't even, some people think kids are going to fix their broken relationship that they have with people. Kids are not going to fix your relationship. If your relationship was broken before you had kids, it's just going to strain it a bit more. Kids will not fix your broken relationships. Kids sometimes pacify your relationships. And what I mean by that is people fake like they staying for kids. people fake like they happy because you got kids. If the kid topic is not a topic, there won't be any conversation. If they know the outcome of the choices that they want to make will make them not being around for that child like they are used to the same, or it'll make it very different and awkward, they'll avoid how they really feel and doing what they really want to do for the sake of what something might look like for a kid. So it really masks the truth in your relationships when you have a kid. So please don't have a kid thinking that's about to save the relationship. Please don't have a kid thinking that's about to fix somebody's character, because it's not. Kids sometimes drown out the importance of your relationship with a person. Meaning, a husband and wife, sometimes you try to do so much as a mother, you try to do so much as a father, that you forget that you are supposed to be continuously dating who you're married to. They're a person too. Like, y'all have things you like too, and you put that on the back burner so much that by the time your kids get to an age where they want to move out the house, y'all two strangers in the house that y'all been paying a 30-year mortgage on. So you really have to think about, am I having children for the right reasons? Or am I just having kids because society says you should? Or does society look at me awkwardly if I'm 40 and I don't have kids? Well, why didn't you have kids? Why do you feel like I owe you an explanation on why didn't I have kids? I didn't want kids. I don't hate kids. I didn't want kids. And that should be something that becomes a norm that people can say. I don't have the personality to be a mom. I don't have the personality or the stamina to be the dad I think a child deserves. Kids is just, I didn't see it for myself. That's not a life that I wanted. And if you are in a relationship with someone...
What's the easiest choice you can make? Window instead of middle seat? Picking a vendor who sends a great gift basket? Outsourcing business tasks you hate? What about selling with Shopify? Whether you're selling a little or a lot, Shopify helps you do your thing, however you cha-ching. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. From the launch your online shop stage to the first real-life store stage, all the way to the did we just hit 1 million orders stage. Shopify's there to help you grow. Whether you're selling scented soap or offering outdoor outfits, Shopify helps you sell. Wherever and whatever you're selling, Shopify's got you covered. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/try. Go to shopify.com/try now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/try.
Someone that you know wants children and is hoping and praying that one day you wake up and you change your mind, as if, you know, you always said you hated dogs, but can we just get a little dog? Kids are not pets. Okay? Kids are not pets. And pets are not children. They're not. Okay? So stop comparing them. I know there's pet insurance. I know pets go to the vet, and that stuff is very expensive, but they're not the same. Okay? When it comes to kids, you have to be mentally, physically, emotionally, financially secure within yourself to be able to keep up the consistency that your child deserves, because your children did not ask to be here. Okay? Do not have kids out of spite. Do not have kids because that's the way to get in somebody else's pockets because you feel like you shouldn't have to work. Do not have kids with someone to be able to be like, oh, I have kids with them. Do not have kids with someone who is emotionally disconnected and distant. Do not have kids with someone who you know has a very toxic, negative family and doesn't have the support that they need to become the parent that they need to be. Because for me to be the parent that I am, I have the support of a lot of great people. There is no way I could be the parent that I am today without the support of other people. All right? And you have to know how to put down your pride when you're a parent, dad or mom. When it comes to maternity leave, still the U.S. can't get that right. It's lopsided. How do two people, a man and a woman, experience bringing life into this world? Is there at the labor, and one person can't even get off for 2 months to bond with their new child. And one parent can get off for 2 months, but they're at home solo. Like, what? There are other countries who give parents a whole year off of maternity paid leave with full health care when they have a new child. So when it comes to this place we call the U.S., America, it's not the greatest. There's other places where the government takes care of their people. Businesses take care of their people. Companies take care of their people. So don't come to America thinking, oh, it's the greatest. If you can make it in America, you can make it anywhere. America is ghetto. Okay? Especially when it comes to maternity leave. Okay? How to pick a good father. That's a gamble. Some people are good people when it's just you and them. And then when you bring another individual in the mix, they become someone else. You see a whole different side of them, and people be like, well, you should have known, you should have seen it. No, there's parts of people, no one ever knows the next person 110%. There's parts of me that my mom does not know, and she gave birth to me. Okay? I don't know my kids 110%. I think I know them. I think I spent enough time around them, but over time, we're going to get a bit more distant. Because that's what people do. So when you do have kids with people, mom or dad, you might be introduced to a new side of the person you thought you knew. That's the gamble you take. You got to prepare to be able to pay for this high daycare. The same amount I spent in rent when Anya was 3 and 4 for daycare, I spent in daycare. So I was basically paying rent 2 times. Right. Make it make sense. You're done showering. You hang up your towel. You got the washcloth out the bathroom. You brush your teeth. Go do those things and you need to go to bed. Turn off the TV. Yes, you can have the ice cream and then you need to brush your teeth and go to bed. It's 8:53. Close the door. Paying for daycare was like really stressful for me. And I remember this one daycare Anya was going to, and I was watching people come in there with twins. What? You mean you gotta pay what I'm paying 2 times? What? Daycares make a killing off of parents, okay? If you want to start a business, daycare is it. The only time daycare really took a hit is through this coronavirus stuff at the first year of it. Because a lot of people weren't sending their kids to daycare. But they make money, okay? Especially with babies. If you can avoid it, have someone stay home with your baby and have all Wi-Fi cameras on. All right. You can't do any quick changes when you have kids either. So be prepared for that. That's why I say having kids is a personal choice. Don't let anybody pressure you into that. In October, I will be going on my second vacation since I went to Puerto Rico with Anya and my mom when Anya was 1. Anya will be 8. You know, I've never been on vacation with anybody I was in a relationship with. I've never been anywhere as an adult with my passport. And I am a mom of 2 and I am almost 35 years old. Because I am always needed here. I can't get up and go, fly out to different countries and leave my kids here knowing like they're fine. I don't have that comfort. So think about that when you think about kids. The way you get up and go on flights and you go different places and you can eat at nice restaurants and you can buy bags when they come out. You can buy shoes when they come out. You can go see a show and not worry about what time you're getting home. You can go to friends' houses and not worry about hurrying up and not drinking too much and leaving at a certain time to go pick up your kids. And then from there, you put your kids in the car seat and make sure you drive and you stay awake all the way home. And then by the time you get home, it's so dark that your kids fell asleep and you're the only one that lives in the house, and you got to open the door, come back to the car, take one kid out that's asleep, put it in the house, come back to the car, take the other kid out that's asleep and put that kid in the house, and then make sure you lock the door, and then get back in the house, make sure you lock the keys, you lock the door and you put all the security stuff up, and then you make sure you take off. It's a lot. So I don't feel bad when people don't have kids. I'm just like, you know what? You made an honest, smart decision. Because parents are always needed. When your kids are 18, you're needed. When your kids turn 21, you're going to be needed. When your kids are 25, you're going to be needed. When your kids are 30, you're going to be needed. And don't let them have kids. So reality is, once you become a parent, you're always a parent. If you become a wife, you're not always going to be a wife. If you become a husband, you're not always going to be a husband. If somebody wants to get a divorce, guess what? You're now called a divorcee. Okay? Or you're separated if y'all don't want to get a divorce, because it costs a lot of money to get a divorce. It's not as expensive to get married, but it's way expensive to separate things after a certain amount of years and get a divorce. And that's if both of y'all want a divorce. Don't let one of y'all not want a divorce. When it comes to needing a sitter every time you want to go out, that's annoying. When it comes to buying more than one plane ticket, and that ain't even a whole person, they under 3 feet, expensive. Wanting to go through a drive-through real quick for a smoothie, can't just get a smoothie because you got the kid in the back. What they want, expensive. School picking. You want to make sure your children is getting a good education, and you got to teach them while they're at home for the things that they're not learning in school that they need to learn. Expensive. Protecting them from predators and nasty adults that's of authority but do dirty things behind closed doors, or protecting them from other kids, protecting them from the lies told in society and in school. Taxing on your conscience and mental like sheesh. Having to teach them all the time. All day, all I do is teach. Mom, do you need to go to that store at Louise? Lowe's, sis. It's Lowe's. No, I don't need to go to Lowe's. Balancing self-time while being a parent. Hard. Put me in a circus, okay? Because I'm still juggling. being a fool for someone new and trying to figure out if they're worth it while they have an influence on your kids. A gamble. Something about me, my mom never dated after she divorced my dad. So I've only seen my mom with one man in a relationship, and that was my dad. I am 34 years old. So did I see the best examples of a healthy relationship growing up? No. So is it obvious that when I had to have my own relationships, I had to deal with the cons of finding this stuff out about men and males and how they think and what they do and what characteristics to look for and stuff? Yes. But at the same time now, especially with me having girls, I don't date. I don't date because I don't want my girls to see me with a whole bunch of different people, caring and then one day not caring, and then let's not talk about him, let's not bring up his name, them seeing me with this person, seeing me with that person. I don't want them to see that. But at the same time, I do feel like it puts a lot of pressure on me for me to be able for them to see a good example of what a healthy relationship is between a man and a woman. So yes, having kids is a personal choice. I hope you make the right choice. I feel like I talked enough for you guys to think about it. Again, you're not a bad person if you don't want kids. You're not a better person if you want kids. You're not a better person because you have 5 kids instead of 2. And you're not a horrible person because you only had 1. Do what you can handle. Do what you can do as a parent if you want to be a parent, because you want to be a parent for the right reasons. Not to ruin somebody's life, or not to forever be into somebody's pockets, or not for braggability, or to be able to have access to somebody forever, because men do that too. There's a lot of men that'll say, I should have got you pregnant, because that's how they always have access to a woman. A lot of people have kids out of insecurities. Okay, so be mindful of that. So if you are choosing not to have children, good for you. That doesn't make you any less of a person. That doesn't make you any less important. But I would rather people in life have kids for the right reasons instead of the wrong ones. And I don't agree on the government having a say on if women can have an abortion or not. That's their bodies, and they're going to have to be the mothers of those children if they have those children and they don't want them. And we all know how kids end up majority of the time when parents don't want them. They become the world's problem. And I'm not saying that they're a problem because their parents don't want them, but because the lack of love and compassion, they become a problem for society because they're acting out. You know? Who wouldn't? But my name is Shan. This is Cozy Womb Podcast. Whew! This was a heavy one. Enjoy your Monday. Peace.